I'm here in my hammock. It's sprinkling outside. Today is day 91, I think, here in Sheraton. Up just a little on the north side of well, anyway, up north side of Sheraton, outside of the town. I'm just doing a little camping in the woods here. Um, let's see. What did I do? Okay, so a little update from yesterday. First off, who's everyone here in the room? Say hi, everyone, if you're in the room. If you're watching, I know some of you guys will probably just have this in the background like a podcast and you're doing your morning ritual or whatever. Um, let's see. Yesterday was not the Lantern Festival. I know. Hey, CS. Good morning, brother. It's good to have you here, brother. Um, So the Lantern Festival, which is not the Chinese festival, it's the Lantern Festival is something. Hey Bing, how you doing, brother? Um, s- so the Lantern Festival is something unique here in Sheraton, where they on Saturday and Sunday. Yesterday was Friday. That they light lanterns and release them, weather permitting, guys. That's the thing is right now it was sprinkly yesterday, and but then it held. Then it stopped. But like right now, it's sprinkling. But it's not. Um, so it's just wet. Everything's wet. So today I decided I'll probably stay another day. Um, I'll stay another day just so I can do the the festival here. I don't want to just take off when the festival's still here. Hey, Flea. Good morning, my brother. Pre-warning. I'm gonna try and keep this to a half an hour. One because yeah, I want to keep this just like if I'm gonna do the daily thing, I don't want to tell all my secrets in one night. You know what I'm saying? No, I just no more than anything. I just want to do like a update. Turn this into an update and yeah, coffee chat. So um, yeah, and so I'm just experimenting with my channel right now. Seeing how the daily does, because with the daily at least I learn. I get over that initial fear factor speed bump that's always in the road for anything new that you do. You know what I'm talking about? Traveling's one of the biggest ones like that, because you have to step out of your comfort zone because you're traveling into the unknown. And just like your natural instincts that are built into all of us, we don't like the unknown. We like what's safe, what's been proven and what's been already done. That's why we keep going back to the same restaurants, the same stores, is because it's just built into us. Hey, Ali's here. Your husband gave you permission to watch this time, huh? I just joking. Yeah, Ali just is one of my bigger one of my uh, what do you say, super fans, and she disappeared, but she never told us why. So there's rumors floating around. No, I'm just joking. There's no rumors floating around. But it is nice to have you, Ali, back on the live chat. Yeah, Doug and Jason. So Ali just mentioned something that was mentioned in um, the Telegram board, which I just read. Is that Doug from Planet Doug? If you guys haven't checked his channel out, check it out. But he's also a huge part of this channel in the comments and everything. And he's been helping me develop my channel since I started. Him being an old shoe or an old hat at the, been doing this for 10 years or so. Um, so he kind of just gave me a schedule where he's going, and he's going to be landing north of me. And I think Kuala Terengganu is like, I'm sorry for butchering it, is where he'll be on Monday or Sunday. Let me see. I think he said Monday to Tuesday, but anyway, that's probably where the best chance of me meeting up with him is. We'll try and stay. We'll try and work something out through because a lot of times we're on the Telegram board at the same time. It just I haven't this morning. I just noticed that. So there's a good chance that I'll be able to meet up with his touring group. He's doing a little rubber riding right now. He's doing the vehicle thing. So hopefully we'll we'll meet there. Um, hopefully we'll meet there just to in passing. Uh, you know, and yeah, and we'll try and work something out. Uh, we'll have to figure out who gets the royalties for such a big an event as me and Doug meeting. No, I'm just joking. But no, I really do. I have one of the highest respects for Doug because I remember when he first came to my channel, I just was starting, right? And if you guys don't know, I was starting my channel with just my it's like a $300 telephone, cell phone, Android, and my bicycle, just a $100 bicycle, and yeah, so that's how I started. I wasn't sure if I could even do Vietnam. That's where I started, northern Vietnam, but it was a goal that I set ahead of me. I just finished up doing the Camino, and from the Camino went over to the Komodo Kodo Trail in Japan, and I finished that, and I started really focusing on goal-oriented travels, where you set adventure goals for yourself, and instead of just one, my whole life has just been wherever the wind blows type travel, and my whole life too. I mean, it just a vagabond just kind of drifts with the wind, but so does a fart. So it's like maybe you start putting a little planning and put a little goals. Yeah, in my travels, so I started trying that, and I was so surprised. The Camino was probably one of the biggest eye openers because the last thing I ever did when I was traveling was walk. If I needed to walk, it was because no one was picking me up hitchhiking. And the only reason I was hitchhiking is because there was not a train going through the area that I wanted to go. And but I mean, I started off as a hitchhiker, a rubber rider. But even then, I would just you'd take a piece of cardboard with your black marker, and you put where you're going on the cardboard, and you hang it off the back of your backpack. That way, if anybody sees you as they're going by, they see where you're going. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm going in that direction. They pull over and pick you up. So you really don't walk that often, that far. And but you do have to walk out of places that might have a jail or something, a prison, because no one's gonna pick you up if it's a prison town. So anyway, so when I walked all the way across the Spain, I dropped a little dot on Google Maps, put a pin at each location. And after I was done, I looked at it, and it was just little blue dots that went all the way across Spain. I was like, wow. That just kind of opened my eyes to, like, when you land in a town, you're like, oh, this town is, yeah, I don't want to be here, right? It's like, this is rough or, dangerous or whatever, it's like, I don't want to stay here. But then you're like, okay, I got to figure out how to get out. What's the bus system? And especially if you're in a foreign country and stuff like this, these things are really hard to figure out. You're like, well, how do I get out of here? Well, now you have no problem with walking long distances. You just start walking. You know what I'm saying? And you can cover a lot of territory. You could easily do 30 kilometers within the day. And 30 kilometers is enough to be outside of whatever town you're in, So, anyway, it gave me a whole new perspective. Especially if you're a camper like me, then you can walk, camp, walk, camp, walk, camp. But anyway, yeah, goal-oriented travels actually is pretty, has been my thing. So when I got to Vietnam, I was like, I want to try and do bicycle. I see all these people doing bicycling tours and stuff. So yeah, I just got my cheap camera, my bicycle. I was picked up for 100, and I started. I was like, but with the videos, I was like, well, I'll just throw them on YouTube as a storage unit because that's how I was using my channel, is just to hold my videos and get them off my phone but they were always in private files. So this ones I decided to make public, and people started following me. And that's when we get around to who Doug is. Doug was one of the very first people to actually start watching my videos, but as soon as he did, he jumped back to the first ones and watched all the beginning ones. So he kind of binge watched from the beginning, so he knew who I was and my story and all this. And right off the bat, he told me, "Yeah, my friend sent me your link to your channel." He's like, "We like to help out, and um, you know, uh, people that are new and stuff, and putting a lot of effort into their channel because I was really trying to figure it all out myself, but I was putting in as much effort." So right off the bat, he was like a person that was giving me advice, and he's good advice too, man. Like well thought out advice. So I personally have one of the highest respects for Doug over at Planet Doug, and uh, but also I still haven't watched all his videos because it's hard to find any time outside of the sole focus of my own. You're allowed about 2 channels as a creator, maybe 2 channels that you can kind of keep up with. But yeah, binge watching's hard. So I give a respect that he was able to binge watch from the beginning of mine, but he caught my channel so early that it was kind of easy. But yeah, as a creator, you can't really watch anything outside of your you. Develop. You're either a YouTube watcher or you're a YouTube creator. And if you're creating, then you're just focused on your own channel and trying to produce content, make it better. So like, what I need to be watching on my off time is like Dandy Creator, vidIQ, Think Media. These people on how to develop my channel better, because there's so many things that it's way more complicated than I thought. Like right now, oh, let's see, am I missing any comments? Um, so like right now, I just got the other appeals. Flea, you'll probably be interested in this. Um, I got the other appeals back, and they were both accepted, meaning I'm good on those. I got those monetized. So I put in more than one at a time. So I fixed one and put in 2. Still being cautious about getting 3 strikes all at once. Um, so now I just need to go through the process of, I think, about 18 more, somewhere around there. And a few of those I'm not gonna appeal because it's legitimate music that in the background. So that's one of the processes to learn about, is the legalities of copyright music. So um, yeah, that's it, guys. You can probably hear right now the rain, but like I said, if you guys haven't seen the size of the hex fly, see how much room I get with the hex fly compared to the other. And I got this side up higher just so I could have like the porch effect. And these are tied down lower on all these sides. I'm not sure if I can get a good picture of that. So yeah, this is actually a sweet little spot right here. But um, sorry for all the shaking here. Signal's okay. Flea here. The signal's not bad for 4G. So I get a stable connection where I can actually turn my phone off while it's uploading, and it'll continue uploading in the background. It's the 5G. So so uploading, I can turn on and just go to bed, which isn't bad. Yeah, and like I said, it's that fear factor of doing anything new the first time. So Flea says, congratulations, well done on the copyright dispute. It seems that many YouTube channels are struggling with 2 main issues at the moment: copyright and up to and re reduced up to 50% views. Well, that's one. I think I know what you're talking about. That's one of the options that they have is if you're the copyright owner, right, and it's your music that comes up. So like if I use someone's song, they have the option of one is they can restrict it where it's not shown in certain countries, right? So they can say, okay, you can it can be on your video and it won't affect your channel, but one you're not going to get monetized because we're going to get the revenue. So most of them just take the revenue. Some of them actually say, okay, I'll take the revenue, but I'll split it with you. And I think that's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's just music playing in the background. And they do actually, YouTube offers like to remove the song but leave the vocals, right, and the background noises and stuff. And they actually do a good job of it too. But with the music, sometimes, yeah, a lot of times you get the copyright issue that comes up because is from bar music and stuff. And unfortunately, there's music always around you, so that limits you where you can't be walking through a store because the store's always got music, right? So and then it limits you to outside shots. But then every time you pass a bar or something, there's music coming out, and it's ridiculous how much you have to actually keep track of this. So when an artist says, "Oh, well, it's good, just split the revenue with us," it's way easier than trying to just, it's like, yeah, I'd rather split the revenue than remove it sometimes because it's probably the ambience of the scene is the sounds of the background, right? So, but another thing, yeah, they can restrict how many people can actually see it. So, like, they're like, okay, it can be used, but you can't play it in Germany. You can't play it. Usually, it's these small little countries that you never heard of, but I don't know why they restrict it in certain countries. Uh, yeah, it's raining over here. That's from Telegram, right? Uh, looks like there will be rain for a while more this morning. Yeah. Thank you, Lee. Um, it's it's fine as long as I'm looking more like towards the Lantern Festival. So I'm just going to be indoors right now. Lantern Festival. Hopefully it clears up by then. Um, all right, here we go. Let me jump on these comments real quick. Uh, Al, hey, how you doing? Um, Workshop Ali. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. It says you know me. Okay. Give me jog my memory here. Where did I meet you? I'm pretty sure you know. You mean locally around here just a little while ago. Um, so I've been meeting some really cool people up here on this side around this area. Just super friendly people. So Lantern Festival later tonight, but today is just going to be hiding from the rain and probably doing some catch-up work on educating myself. So me and Doug should. I'm going to try and line up meeting up with Doug. Um, probably. I think he said Monday is. Uh, so if you guys want to keep up on that, I'll probably post something later about it. But he's on a road trip right now. I don't know how many people are in his group. I'm assuming 3 to 4 people. I'll check on his channel too and see what new information he's posted. But anybody that's been waiting for, because a lot of my views come from his channel too. So um, okay, but yeah, like the copyright issue, Lee is I think that's what I think the channel is being lazy. I mean, the the uh, the record label that owns the copyright free music was just being lazy. So when I initially disputed it, they just rejected the dispute altogether. And but then when I put in the appeal, they actually looked at the information that I actually put in. Like, okay, let's look this song up, see if it's one of our copyright free, music. Because a lot of times these artists that I noticed, one of the artists that I was using, his music is copyright free. Well, it's copyrighted, but it's free to use. So it's free to use if you're like a personal YouTuber, but if you're a company and you want to use it, you need a license. So it's copyrighted, just it's free to use. So the fact is so that gets confusing because now the label itself has to technically look through. So to make sure I'm just a personal YouTube user and not like his music's not being used in a commercial or something. So like I said, all the fun and joys of trying to learn this complicated mess out. Because after you learn editing, and I know it's cool though. Anybody that gets into this right now, especially with the development of AI and stuff, you get to learn all these things because they're just requirements. But at the same time, they're not the requirements to actually have a channel. Your requirements to have a channel is just YouTube and a camera. You don't really need to know editing, and you don't need to know AI tools, and you don't really need to know how to do thumbnails. I didn't know any of this when I started. You look at my very first videos in Vietnam. I didn't change any of those. And you'll see the development, and I put right in there, hey, I just learned how to put music into the video or something. And I admit it right on the screen, or I first learned how to put letters in. So, and I started using what was called UCut, and I do the editing on my phone. And UCut's very good, and you can get like 80% of it for free. So, if you want a free program, hey, good morning, Doug. How you doing, brother? We were just, I don't know when you joined in. Uh, um, but I was talking about trying to meet up with you. Let's see, heading down the East Coast over the next few days might be. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you on the Telegram board, and we'll figure out a good spot where we can all meet. I know you're with a group of people, and um, but I'm still here in Sheraton because the Lantern Festival is tonight, and I thought it was yesterday night. So I'm not leaving today. I'll leave tomorrow, and I'll meet you in Kuala Terengganu, or however you pronounce that. We try and meet up there. That would be the closest. Um, but yeah, we'll keep in touch over the Telegram board since a lot of times we're on at the same time. And yeah, and just keep all my pins in my Google Maps journal active, so you know exactly where I'm at. So as soon as I stop in a spot, one of the first things I'll do is I'll update my. So just check in my Google Maps journal, which is open for anybody to access. You guys have just look in the description of. If you don't know this, look in the description of my videos. You can be able to track me down either through Google Maps. The last blue dot. It'll be dated and everything. Or you can open up a Strava and you can see my. But the Strava is not as up to date as Google Maps, because sometimes I have problems, or sometimes I don't do the Strava if I'm just in one location. But the main legs of the journey, I usually have Strava record. Um, Although I've been pretty adamant about keeping up, doing Strava every time I get on my bicycle. Um, okay, so there's no hotel rooms available in Kuala Terengganu so itself, so probably stay somewhere outside the city itself. Okay, which day are you going to land there? Do you know? Um, did you say sorry, guys. I'm talking to Doug. He says, unfortunately, no hotel rooms are available in Kuala Terengganu itself. So probably stay somewhere outside the city. Which day are you going to land there, Doug? Do you know? I think you said possibly Monday and stay till Tuesday. Anyway, we'll work that out. Yeah, it's because um, Malaysian Day is on the 16th. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the 13th is here is Lantern Festival, the 13th and 14th, and then because I think it's 2 days, I'm just gonna probably stay for the first night. Um, okay, heads up. Then I'll do my homework, Doug. I'll figure out where, even if I just start looking for turn on the old satellite view and start looking where I can hobo out for a bit. Um, like I said, I'm super comfortable here, and I only have it's only like 3 kilometers into town at max, So, and there's a shoulder along the way, and actually, there's a little fruit stand too. So it was cool. I dropped by and got some oranges and stuff yesterday. Some of the produce looked like, is like, oh, you're hanging on to this a little too long, aren't you? I know how it is. I mean, you have to throw away food. It's just, but when you're a small business, it's like trying to hang on to it until basically the mold starts showing. Um, yeah, all right. So Malaysian Day, guys. We're gonna have some stuff to do on Malaysian Day, um, and hopefully I'll be in a spot. Yeah, I'll be in Kuala Terengganu. Hopefully, see what they're having there, and all that fun stuff. But all right, guys. Well, that's the little update today. So Lantern Festival tonight. I'll have my video. It's already uploaded last night, so 4G's been a pretty stable connection. 5G not so much. So I just been rocking the 4G. So it's only about a half an hour video, a little more, like 37 minutes. So not a lot because it's just basically me getting out, going to town, finding out it's not till tomorrow. So what I did was I filmed the owner of one of the little grocery shops here, because there's like 3 small like snack shops. Let's just call them snack shops because that's basically what they are. It's like chips and stuff. But his name was Din. I actually talked to him for a little bit, just get some suggestions, and he told me one of the restaurants to try here. And the food was good price. It was one of those where you had to order more than one dish because the amount's a little smaller. But when you're talking about the dishes are like 6 or 7 ringgit, you can order the big family size one, but it's just me. So, but man, it was so good. I mean, that food was really good. Great recommendation. So I kind of just stopped in there and got some beef with pepper sauce beef with rice, and then some fried mixed vegetables, and man, it was good food. And since everything on there is just like 6 ringgit or 7 ringgit, you can order more than one thing. Because 20 ringgit total, for a whole meal is only $5, and I was under 20, so that's with a drink, So I think I was let's see, it was 6, 7, so that's 13. It was 16 ringgit for two dishes and a drink. So I mean, that's good. All right, guys, I'm gonna. Yeah, I hope I do too. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna have to watch the weather. Flea says I hope you get a good some good videos of the Lantern Festival tonight. Yes, I hope so too. So let's hope this weather clears up by then. Right now it's just drizzly and stuff. So some good stuff coming up. Lantern Festival, Malaysian Day, and a possible, very possible meetup with Doug and his crew. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it quits here. Good morning, everyone, and see you soon.